Alright, we're back. It's not a meta stream without something, like, catastrophic going wrong, huh? Let's see. God damn. I love webcomic. I love OC. I love webcomic OC. Oh my god. Okay, got it. We are finally back in action. Oh my god. But, you know, whatever. It's fitting that a video, well, just a stream about jank is janky itself. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Hello? What the fuck? No, okay. Can we? No. Adit! Adit! Happy Friday, yeah. I can't get my fucking my little buddy up correctly, apparently, so no VTuber, just drawing, just straight drawing for you. Sorry. Anyway, happy Friday, guys. I'm actually surprised that any of you wanted this stream at all, to be quite fair. Though, I guess going through old art's fun, right? Let's see. So, basically, the webcomic idea that I, like, produced or whatever was supposed to be, what's it called? Like, the title is Haunted Hospitality, and I created it way back in freshman year. Though, really, the origin of these characters actually existed for way further back in my development. I just kept retooling them into something else. I used to have like 50 of these guys. But I think that almost all of those pieces of paper are lost to history, so I can't show you what Gabe, Dylan, and Kyle's original appearance looked like, but this is what we're going off for this. Basically, the story is of this, like, second-year college kid, moving into his grandma's old house, because, you know, it's closer to his school, that kind of thing. Drawing in paper like cave people. I still do it, Morrow. It's the way that traditional art was a really big part of my life, actually. I still do it for sketches most of the time, too. You can tell based off of just streams in general of me using that. Oh my gosh. Hello. Thank you for the follow, my obsession said. Woohoo! Hi there. LeChonk. Emo. Yeah. Tonight we're just kind of chilling. Whoa, new guy. But, you know, maybe in like anything. Thanks for keeping me company at work. I'm working overtime. Let's go. Let's fucking go, indeed. It's crazy that typically only have like 3 viewers. That sounds bad to say out of context, but you know. Anyway, what made you guys even decide to choose this for a stream or whatever? I mean, because I've been wanting to, you know, revamp these guys for a little while now, but I have really no idea how to go about it, because comics are just really, really intensive. I'd love to do a comic one day or whatever, but I feel like it would take like 2 years for me to update another panel. Anyway, you're cool, that's why I'm here. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh yeah, I hear that. Alright, let's... Gabe's really simple to draw. I mean, he's basically a 1950s greaser. I keep on jumping from topic to topic. Oh my god. So this story is about the college kid, like, basically watching over his, like, grandma's house, and turns out his grandma's house is haunted with these 2 stupid-ass ghosts in it, being these 2 guys right here. So, yeah. I tried thumbnailing a fan comic and got very tired very fast. Yeah, I get that. It's just, you have to go into different kinds of things. And also, yes, off music goes hard. I hope that I'm not copyright claimed. It's probably something that gets easier the more you do it. Yeah, I feel that's probably the case. An idea for Kyle over there. Stupid. Yeah. I mean, like, they died pretty young, you see. But, you know, they just kind of hang out. The whole idea for the comic in general was the fact that it's supposed to be kind of like a slice of life supernatural flick or whatever. Because, also the 2 stupid-ass ghosts are married. Well, they're ghost married, which means that legally speaking, it doesn't really make sense, and they can't exchange rings because they're ghosts. But, you know, they're married for tax purposes, obviously, because ghosts have taxes. They don't, but it's funny to say. Anyway, I'm a really big fan of, like, post-mortem characters and just monster characters in general. I think they're really fun. So that's kind of why I decided to go in this route in general. Something, only 2 things inevitable in life. True. Okay. Okay. Basically, like, Gabriel is a greaser, a punk, that kind of thing. He kind of bullies Kyle. Well, once Kyle, like, figures out that there's, you know, ghosts even haunting the place. Love getting married for tax purposes, especially as a ghost. Yeah, I mean... What are they gonna do? Send the dead IRS? But yeah, it's mostly just interpersonal conflict mixed with supernatural elements. Like, as characters, they aren't particularly likable. Well, Kyle isn't, for sure. He's a smartass, and he isolates himself. He's kind of at a point in his life where he pushes a lot of people away when he's in a rough spot emotionally, which is all the time because he's a college student, right? Whereas, like, Gabe's a bit of a gadfly, a bit of a prankster. He wants to be acknowledged, because, I mean, as a ghost, you're kind of stuck into a place or whatever. I mean, I've got ghost lore galore, or whatever. And Gabe over here is specifically tied to a painting. So, yeah. It's really hard. Like, I do want to go full pompadour, but that's not how, like, that's how, Japanese gangsters are typically depicted, not greasers from the 50s. Also, he died pretty young. Well, both of them died young. So they don't have much experience living life, but it's not like they can pass on to the other side. They've got permanent, unfinished business, as it were. I really do like drawing Gabe, it's just his proportions are strange. Also, you have to make, like, I've gotten a lot better at drawing leather jackets, I feel. But it's tough. Anyway, let's see. I can talk about the leak stuff that's going on. I think that's pretty interesting. Like, we've got a new skin line, or whatever. I think that it can be a lot cooler than it currently is, but that's just my opinion. Like, there's so much you can do with the concept of, like, stained glass monsters and nuns and all that stuff, and I feel like the real extent of, like, the coolness factor is Cho'Gath design. Electric. And in the most sustainable season. But, you know, not gonna lie, it sounds like a nice comic I'd read. Really? That means a lot. I mean, cause it's not, I guess it's hard for, like, me to really start, cause I don't really know how I want it to end. I mean, like, I've got a basic idea of how I want it to end, but, you know, I feel like if I want to sit down and, like, really commit to a story, I have to, like, plan for things, you know? Especially because, I mean, like, this stuff has to deal with, like, topics of mental health and, like, trauma and all that stuff, and I don't want to tackle it poorly if I'm given the opportunity, you know? But I think it's mostly because I like I like interpersonal conflict. And I also like monsters, so it's fun. I mean, like, Kyle as a character hasn't gone through anything particularly scarring in his past or anything like that. It's just that he's at a point in life where he's very, what's it called, fragile and very unstable emotionally. You know, like how you feel when you can't really... He doesn't take care of himself. That's the main thing about Kyle. He's a smartass and he doesn't take care of himself. For sure. Make an outline and maybe some chapters beforehand. Yeah, that's the idea, right? But, like, also there's a part of me that, like, goes, oh, you know what would be fun? Like, some cool horror action elements. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I think that having horror makes sense because because the story revolves around ghosts and the fact that they're real, essentially, right? So, like, the idea that they sometimes encounter different ghosts and that kind of thing could be cool, but I don't want to introduce that many characters to the story. But I don't want it to. I don't want it to, like, meander around. That I have to make, like, an outline if I want this to, you know, work itself out. Because I do think that, god damn it. I do, so filler episodes would be, I guess, is the right word, but, you know, like, really, I like the idea of having it be more of the filler episode being the main plot, essentially. And for the filler episode to be more with, like, interpersonal drama, roommate shenanigans. Because at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, what if your two roommates that you didn't know came with your house were ghosts, and also they suck? I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I figured I should start with Gabe because he's, like, the easiest in terms of vibe to get down correctly. Because, you know, he's kind of like a smug, egotistical kind of character. And I love egotistical characters. They're, like, one of my favorite breeds. Also, like, how they died and all that comes into their design too. I think that's fun. So basically, like, the main bulk of the story would be, like, them inside the house, like, arguing about petty stuff or learning about each other and that kind of thing. And then sometimes, like, the story ramps up and you get to see, like, a new character or something. Because I've got, like, a whole ghost classification system thing, so I think that would be fun to really play at. The main thing with Gabe is that I struggle to draw his legs because he typically likes floating, and he's less material than his partner Dylan, who is this character right here. Let's see. basically, you know, he wants to be his own ghost story, per se. He likes the powers that he's been given after croaking, essentially, that kind of thing. No! There's extreme ghosts? Yes, there are. Also, I'm sorry, Nightbot's very trigger happy, but it's so that we don't get the weird ASCII Among Us art in this chat room. I know none of you would do that, but, you know. No problem, I got excited. Well, yeah, but like, you know how there's different kinds of ghosts in media or whatever, and they can do different kinds of things? Well, I figured that should be put into a system or whatever. So, like, Gabe is a standard ghost or whatever in terms of this world and its rules. Basically, what he can do is he can, like, touch objects, he can, like, have a form, he exists in some aspects, but lower ghosts, so, like, I've got, like, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 plus 2 more special classes of ghosts. Like, the lowest form would be a soul class ghost, and those types are the ones that are a presence or a vague feeling. They don't have, like, human form to them. They are just a general reflection of their state and memories when they die, that kind of thing. So, I mean, pretty existential kinds of ghosts. I think that could be fun, like, mix-up of the more, like, basically humans, like Gabe or whatever, you know? Because, I mean, like, he's a human that can float, and also some of Gabe's other powers are to produce smoke and black tar. He's confined to an oil painting or whatever, but most, like, regular ghosts, they're called phantasms, they need to be tied to an object, and they can't leave the perimeter of said object. So that's the reason why Gabe is specifically in this house. It's because there's a painting that Kyle's grandma bought that happened to be soul-linked with Gabe, essentially. Basically, she bought a cursed item. And those are normal ghosts. Like, the next class are called Nox ghosts, like after soul ghosts, and they just have forms. They can't actually interact with anything. They can't make things move. They can't interact with anything physical. They are very limited in what they can do. And what they can do is talk, and that's about it. They can talk and they can gesture. And, I mean, it's not a very happy existence.
This is Fidelity Bloom, a more mindful approach to money. Fidelity Bloom helps.
And let's see. The last two classes are Wraiths and Geists. And Wraiths can interact with people, that kind of thing. Add time. They can also be called mains or whatever, but Wraiths can physically, like, touch living beings. They can, whereas, like, Gabe can, like, interact with objects and make them float, and he can change stuff in the environment or whatever. So what does the painting have to do with his death? Well, it was unfinished by his mother before his time of death or whatever, and then post-mortem it was completed, and it's a picture of him, which kind of fits his general, what's it called, character motifs of, like, delusions of grandeur and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't have to do specifically with his cause of death, no. Though I have very, very specific causes of death for both of the main ghosts. Let's see. He was born in 1940 and he died in 1959. Yeah, I figured it was pretty cool. Also, I just like portrait ghosts in general. I think it's a fun use of, like, what's it called? Space or whatever. Or, like, how paintings change their, like, faces or look at you when you're not looking at them or whatever. I think those are just really fun horror tropes or whatever, and I wanted to incorporate them. Oh, the music is a little bit loud. I'll turn that down. I don't have a specific volume button, so it tends to fluctuate. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's see. Back to the classes. Whereas, like, phantasms like Gabe cannot physically touch people, that kind of thing. Oh, also random question. Do the ghost roomies wear the same outfits at all times? Like, the whole you look the same as you died thingy? Yeah, I mean, like, they can take off their clothes. Well, okay, that sounded weird. But they have, like, what they are wearing when they died, yes. And they can't change that unless they exchange clothes with another ghost. Because, I mean, like, unless they can specifically interact with objects or whatever, which depends on their ghost rating, essentially, then no. They can what? But yes, it's, like, they look the same way as they died and that kind of thing. But, like, they're wearing the same thing. And, I mean, it's not like they can get dirty or whatever. Because, I mean, there's no, you can't, water cannot die. So, like, there can be, like, they can adopt a ghost dog. because dogs can die, right? That's where I'm coming from, essentially. But like, inanimate objects can't. So, really, they have what they have on their person or whatever, which they can interact with or whatever. Dogs can die. I mean, I'm sorry to break this to you, Morrow, but yes, so pets and animals, like dogs, can in fact die. So yes, they can be ghosts. That's the only thing that is required for you to become a ghost. Well, I mean, the other thing is to, you know, have a strong enough will to live. Those are like the two things that you need in order to be a ghost, essentially. Let's see. Gabe is... not actually all that tall. He just feels tall. Water can't though, so water is a superior being. Would Gabe try to kill a pair of shoes and try to wear them? I mean, like, he can touch things. They just can't be alive things. Like, he can't pet an alive dog. But he could move a pair of shoes. Like, he could... Who framed Roger Rabbit shoes? Those shoes, he could not wear. But he could kill and then wear. So, yes, I guess in that case, if it was a cartoon shoe, and that cartoon shoe happened to die, then, yes. What is this conversation? But yes, he has like a little switchblade gun. He kills dogs just to pet them. So there is a chance. But no, Gabe would not kill a dog in order to pet one. Also, he's confined to a painting, so when's the last time that you have casually encountered a dog in the same room that a painting is in? Unless someone happened to own a dog. Because, like, usually where I see dogs, they aren't there. But yeah, he could, like, move shoes around, but he could not move a dog around. He could not move Kyle around. He phases through Kyle, essentially. Because Kyle is a living person. Well, he's still a living person. Well, I don't plan for Kyle to die, but it would be funny to, like, threaten his life. Anyway, mains are ghosts that can actually interact with things. They're called wraiths and mains depending on their temperament or whatever, right? And they're the ones that you typically see in, like, horror movies or whatever. Like, they can grab people and all that stuff. I don't plan on Kyle to die, but it would be funny. It would be really silly. It would be really silly if I did that, but I'm not going to do that, chat. I would never do that. I would never do that to such a beloved character. Yes, there is something past that rank. He funny dead. Past wraiths, you have geists, also known as poltergeists. And that's what our character right here is. Dylan. He is a poltergeist. And that is really funny. It's really haha funny. That he... Because I have to really set the stage here. Dylan's not a... He's a really soft kind of character. He's much nicer to Kyle in general. He's a little bit dumb. Well, a lot of bit dumb. It's more like... What's it called? He's a bit ditzy. A poltergeist named Dylan. That's awesome. Yeah, we got full names for these motherfuckers. It's Dylan Briggs. And, yeah. He was born in 1943 and died in 1961, I believe. And he's a himbo! This just gets better and better. No, in 1962. So, see... But yes, technically, he is a himbo, though he doesn't have muscles. I mean, like, ghosts don't have muscles, but, you know. But he is powerful. Anyway, he doesn't have a muscular build, so he's not a complete himbo, but, you know, close enough, yeah? And, yeah, poltergeists are fun kinds of creatures. So, you know how wraiths can interact with living beings? That kind of thing. Well, imagine that, but like... Actually, I really shouldn't say that. I should say that. Anyway, there's two other special classes of ghosts. Because they aren't really ghosts. The two are revenants and daemons or whatever. It's spelled like this. And revenants are basically zombies. They're not exactly zombies, but that's the best way that I can describe a revenant to you. But, yeah. And then, you know, 1962, not 63. Ew. Listen, buddy. My man Dylan does not know what happened to my man JFK. I'm sorry that you can't have your favorite number, Marl. I know it's really upsetting for you. I know that the past week's events have been very, very upsetting for you. But you have to stick through it and realize that sometimes it's for story reasons and also for comedy reasons because, listen, I think it's just kind of funny. But yeah, the best way that I can describe Dylan is pretty
Cool sheets.
ditzy. That's the best way.
I suffered from the
Would that mean that revenants can technically be touched by lower ghosts? Or are they still considered living? So they wouldn't be considered living, so yes, they would be able to be touched by lower ghosts, but it's more like a tickle than anything. So it's like for a revenant or whatever, right? They aren't living. It's more like a ghost repossessing its own corpse. So, yeah. Fun times. Yes, chance. Spam didn't go hard. Feel free to screenshot. So they can only tickle each other but not touch. It's more like, for like a revenant, like the feeling is a bit different depending on the caliber of ghosts. Because the further and further up you go, the more solid a ghost tends to feel. So it would feel like gentle brushes or whatever, rather than something where like a hand is actually on you, if that makes sense. Now's your chance. Phantom is going to find me in the middle of the night. I mean, he is just he is just a little guy. He's just a little guy. What do you want him to do? Not give you malware? That's crazy. Couldn't be me. Oh, also, Dylan's very tall. If any of you chatters can guess like one of these ghosts' cause of death, I'll give you a cookie. Because I don't have much currently. Because I do have a very specific cause for death for both of them. And I think it would be fun. Fire is my guess. Okay, also the music is a bit loud again. Let me do that. Is that a little bit better? Who are you putting that to? I've got a guess on who you think it is, or whatever. Erotic asphyxiation. Who are you talking about? You have to be specific. And is it Gabriel? It's hard to spell his name correctly. Kind of like a... Dylan's much more of a follower kind of character. Painting man died in a fire like the animatronics from FNAF. I hope you die in the fire. That song goes fucking hard, man. I swear, if I could, I would be rocking all of Living Tombstone's songs on the stream. I swear I would, but I don't want copyright to get on my ass, man. But, so, it's close, but no cigar for Mr. Gabriel here. I might just reveal it anyhow, it's not that important. I'm guessing that the autoerotic asphyxiation is for painting man as well. And that's wrong, too. Alright, sir, I've got pudding with fire presentation right here. Enjoy your meal. You do. I hate British people. It's so true for me. The gas leak 2 inches below the table. I fucking hate British people. That's the way that they all deserve to die. No, man. Sock anaphylactic? That's crazy. No. Stop. Guys, stop. Everyone knows that British people are a myth. That's true. That's true. That's why Scott made a serial killer British. Because he knew that they were just... because they're scary stories. I fucking hate it here. I love you, Jen. Anyway, no. Gabriel did not die of sock anaphylactic. It's Tuesday, ain't it? I'll reveal the cause of Gabriel's death since it's much more... what's it called? It's to remind the audience that FNAF is ultimately a work of fiction and won't happen in real life. That's so true. I mean, like, that would be really scary if, like, British people existed. He died of being British. He went, it's Tuesday, ain't it? Before he died... No. First, also, Gabriel did not die of being British. That's awful. My man is Latino. Mostly because, like, greasers, like, historically were, like, mostly, like, either Italians, Irish people, or, what's it called? Latino. Yeah, whatever. Die of being British, aka anemic. My man needs some milk. That's so sad. I can't believe he died of being British. What a terrible way to go. But no, thankfully, that is not what happened. And we can rest easy knowing that. He needs a milk. Let's see, hello, underline slaughter, soul ghosts can probably only communicate through spirit board. So that's fun information. Don't scare me like that, computer. I got a pop-up window saying that my virus protection needs to be updated. I thought it was something much worse. Ways to die in fear and hunger. Yeah, that's a way. It is anal bleeding. That is a way that you can perish. We love fun status affections. It's like removing whole arm, 2 arm, 2 legs. It's Bampton. He's coming for you. No. I'm scared, guys. What if Spampton comes into my computer and asks me if I want to see some sweet deals? Listen, my computer is known for being the absolute worst. Or maybe it's just because I think it's like 50% my computer sucks, and like in like 60% I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing on one. But, you know, he's gonna do what in your computer? Oh my god, guys. This just in. Spampton G Spampton. Guys, I think that's what the pipists have been. I need to get away from the fucking Gelderoom jokes. My timing with the music. I'm getting executed for my crimes, chat. Oh, this song slaps. Which is this? This one's, the Flea Waltz. It's from Danganronpa V3. Though it really, this specific execution, you should probably watch out. Like, spoilers are really good for this song. Because, like, it's actually one of V3's only good plot points. Which is funny because it happens right at the very beginning. But whatever. Okay, I get it, Lurker. You funny. I don't know how to really make Kyle the disheveled college student I want him to be. Because he's not really supposed to be, like, likable so much as he is, like, uncomfortably relatable. I don't want it to be like, oh, guys, you remember when you also stub your toe? Or you like Nutella sandwiches? No, like, what I want you to, like, feel for, like, Kyle is, like, deep, like, like, a feeling of uncomfortable, like, sympathy, or whatever. Because you've been in that exact situation before. Like, you've been in that same mental state, or whatever. Or you've felt like you were slipping into that kind of mental state before. Disgust? No. Not quite. More like... a deep tiredness with life. Oh, so you want him to actually be cringe. Like, not... I guess cringe is a good word for him, but, like, not to like the extent of like being like a basement dweller or whatever, that kind of creature. I'm sorry to all the basement dwellers out there for that one, but like what I mean is like you like you know that feeling or whatever, and that kind of way, because the main like idea of this story is for him to like grow and develop like support systems and to like actually like feel more like a character that you can start to like see do better or whatever, you know? Like it's a family member you're worried about, essentially. So I guess cringe is the right word, but like cringe has been overused or whatever. He's an amalgamation of every embarrassing memory you've ever had at 3 a.m. Alright, I'm gonna call it today. Internet's kind of fucked because it must be snowing in the new town. Hope enjoy the rest of your stream. Thank you, Maro, for sticking through. We appreciate you here. If you want to see the rest of this, or whatever, you know where the VODs are at. All that. See you later. Hopefully you can get your copy of Dreamland Deluxe delivered soon. Enjoy the rest of your night. Or morning, I guess. Well, no, night still. But yeah, kind of like every embarrassing memory you've ever had at 3 a.m., but like not the kind that you experience in middle school, the kind that you experience as a young adult. Whatever. Like that crippling loneliness, that fear of the outside world, that like sense of like not knowing what the hell you're doing. Stuff like that is what I'm like really going for in terms of the vibes that Kyle has or whatever, because it's supposed to be like he's not a freshman in college, he's a second year or whatever, so just my everyday life. Yeah. And like Kyle's not supposed to be unlikable as a character. He's supposed to be a character that you want to see continue to, you know, improve and get better and have more connections with people and that kind of thing. And like Kyle's not supposed to be a representation of everyone or whatever. He's a representation of like this one kind of person, essentially. Well, not even that really, because he's supposed to be his own character too. Like he's got hopes and dreams and all that stuff. He is a character. But, like, his main thing is the idea of you want to, like, watch this guy make better choices in life. You want to see him not push people away in fear of rejection. You want him to, like, stand up for himself and take charge of his life or whatever. And it's not the fact that he's doing anything wrong per se, it's just that he's not experienced enough in the world to have that kind of wisdom or whatever, you know? Not everyone can deal with life the same way. And, you know, he's not a character to be demonized, that kind of thing. Kind of sounds He sounds kind of like how I wish Baxter would be. I mean, yeah, I guess that would be kind of fun, uh-huh. Because, I mean, the main thing, right, is that like, I'm pretty sure that Baxter, if he ever does appear in Hazbin Hotel, is going to be a side character, and that sucks, or whatever. But yeah, pathetic is a good word for him. So the man's headspace is kind of like being in February all year long. Yeah, like, he's not in, like, the deepest of depressions or whatever, right? He's not at his lowest point, but he is at a low point in his life, right? He's no longer, like, reliant on his parents. He has to, like, have adult responsibilities without really, like, truly getting how he's supposed to do things, that kind of thing. He doesn't treat his body well. He doesn't treat his mind very well either. And not in, like, a very... and not even in, like, extremely, like, aggressive ways either. It's not like he's totally deeply in the thick of it. It's more like he doesn't eat when he's supposed to, or whatever, or he, like, sleeps too little or too much, or, like, he doesn't know how to cook, so he just eats ramen for most of the things because delivery is a bit too expensive. Stuff like that. He's supposed to be relatable in some aspect or another to a specific group of people, that kind of thing. Because I feel like this kind of person would be really shaken up by the appearance of a bunch of ghosts in his fucking house. He doesn't make any efforts. It's not like he doesn't make any, it's more like he doesn't make enough effort. Because you know how lethargy can grasp a person or whatever? It's kind of like that, where it's more of like a case of like, this is too much to handle or whatever. But yeah, it's not like he doesn't make any effort, it's more like he doesn't take life by the reins too much. He tends to let things happen to him. And while sometimes that can be fine or whatever, it's not like he's living his life incorrectly. Like, this story is not meant to demonize or, like, show why this is... It's showing why it's an unfulfilling way of living. That this way of living is technically living, but it kind of is like wasting his life, essentially. And that's why Gabe here is a little bit angry with Kyle, because he sees this kid who still has plenty of life to live just kind of let it happen to him, that kind of thing. Yeah, he's kind of like being a ghost in his own life. That's kind of the whole thing. And Gabriel sees this behavior and is kind of incensed by it. He's like, I'm dead, but, like, you still have so much life to live and like things that you can do that like he physically cannot, that kind of thing. That's such a dynamic bear. Yeah, it's like, I mean, for like these kinds of stories, you want people to be foils to one another, that kind of thing. And like Kyle pushing away friends and pushing away things like going out on a Saturday night are things that Gabriel desperately craves to do. When he was alive, he was an avid partier. He used to hang out in gangs with his friends, that kind of thing. He's a much more extroverted person, and seeing that kind of thing, he wants Kyle to, you know, get out there more, to live his life more, that kind of thing. And, I mean, they obviously get into arguments or whatever, too, because, I mean, they're direct foils to one another, that kind of thing. Also, another fun fact about ghosts is that their side effects from life, well, their death or whatever carries on through the afterlife or whatever. So, I'll just tell you what Gabriel died of. And that was drug overdose. He died of nicotine what's it called? It's called nicotine poisoning. That's why we've got the black tar, smoke, lighter, imagery, that kind of things. So when he first, so he has a lot of withdrawal symptoms and that kind of thing, and it's not like he can take a cigarette and smoke it anymore, that kind of thing. So he's kind of like, he was basically forced to go cold turkey or whatever. And yeah, that's fun. I'm really liking the narrative cohesion between metamorphic and paranormal meanings of life, death, and ghosts. I find that thematically strong. Thank you. If it's one thing about my weird stories inside my own little head, the one thing that I get 9 times out of 10 is the themes. Because those are what make the story run. Nah, I mean, it's what characters are built off of, for the most part. Character dynamics, all that. Also, for the record, Kyle's grandma is not dead. Kyle is basically just house watching. If that makes sense. I second that because this is really cool. Thank you. I've had this, like, general plot in my head for years at this point, or whatever. So it's taken, like, as my ideas of things like that, and like storytelling and characters have evolved, these characters have evolved, and that kind of thing too. Because I kind of started with Gabriel being like just kind of a greaser jerk, or whatever, because I was young, and that kind of thing. But then I started to think about it more. I was like, okay, so what does he want? Like, what does he miss from living? That kind of thing. Because writing a story with ghosts facilitates the idea of them interacting with living beings, that kind of thing. Boom. Dylan has a lot more violence in his character, I guess. Not in his, like, personality, but his general themes are a lot more, like, I don't really have the words to describe it, but intense, I guess. That's a good way of putting it. Whatever. So, like, Gabriel is really, like, an opinionated character, like, in concept and that kind of thing. Whereas, like, Dylan, like, tends to support others and that kind of thing. Though, like, it's hard to, like, really put into words, like, what I want to do with him specifically. Because I do have, like, ideas for him, right? I really should have, like, categorized it or whatever, but, like, my thoughts tend to get jumbled so easily. Because I'm just thinking about one thing and then another, and then another, and that kind of thing. But, yeah. But, like, I guess the way to put it is that, Gabriel, like, misses the mind of living, and, Gabriel misses the body of living, if that makes sense. I hope it does. The reason why, like, Gabriel is, well, a weaker ghost and that kind of thing is, well, ghost classes are dependent on how much you want to live, essentially, in your last moments. Or how much you want something. It doesn't have to be life itself, though that is a very common one. But, like, a lot of ghosts have different things that they crave at the second of their death, or whatever. And it can be a range of things. Because humans are, you know, very, what's it called? Diverse creatures with very different things that they desire and crave. But let's see. So they remember everything from being alive. Yeah. Though, sometimes, like, certain memories are, like, what's it called? Subconsciously hidden. Kind of like when you get into a major traumatic event or whatever. Sometimes your brain will just file certain things away from your mind or whatever, right? So they might not remember things perfectly, or they might be repressing a memory. That's the word. But yes, they remember everything from when they are alive. Besides that example I listed off. They remember their family, they remember their friends, they remember the life they used to lead. All that. Oh. Okay. Though, like, it's hard to say what a ghost would share with you or not. I mean, I guess it's basically the same as talking to, like, a normal person or whatever. Though, I guess if you were talking to a ghost via spirit board, things are a lot more tricky or whatever. That's the only way that you could communicate with a soul-type ghost, anyhow. Because they don't have form, they don't have lips to speak with. But they've got memories. They've got a mind. Like, at the heart of, like, what all ghosts have is a mind. Even if it's just replaying memories or whatever. But most of the time it's them just thinking and all that stuff. Okay. I'm gonna go refill up my water, so enjoy the music, I guess. I'm gonna go in AFK for a little bit. Ow.
Wait, did you just find $1 in your pocket?
Yeah, so?
What do you mean, so? $1 gets you a dozen double crunch shrimp at Applebee's with any steak entree.
For real?
Yep.
You're telling me you could add a dozen double crunch shrimp to any steak entree for just $1 at Applebee's?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go then. I'm gonna check my other pocket.
Limit one add-on order of double crunch shrimp for $1 per steak entree order. Limited time at participating locations. Tax and gratuity excluded. Restrictions apply.
Let me see. We have no supervision. I can say anything I want. My brother's going to do the rubber duck method on me so that he'll remember his science notes. Be right back. He's what? Rubber duck? Dog? Very thrilling conversation I have uncovered. Okay, let me see. The thing where you explain what you know to something / someone. Oh, I know that one. Have fun. Oh my god. Okay, we're back. Oh my gosh, I'm cold. It's starting to feel like summer. Except not really. Not summer, Florida. Summer. I'm glad that there's not Florida summer here. They would suck. That would fucking suck.
YouTube Music is a music app made
Ow.
by YouTube. And it's your
I
ticket
didn't
to
even
discover
do
every
anything.
subgenre that's ever
I didn't hit anything. Okay. Let's see. You're a Florida man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I moved to Ohio, so I don't know if that's any better, but you know, yes, I am a Florida man, born and raised, and you know, I do miss the iguanas and the nuclear waste that happened. Because the only reason I moved, you see, was because of the storm that hit a couple months back or whatever. So yeah, that's why I'm here, because family. But you know. Surviving winter was a ordeal. I'm glad that I did not die, because I was looking to be pretty weak. Should I give Kyle a lip piercing? That is the real question. Because I feel like it would be cool, right? But at the same time, I'm like, why would you do that? Yes. Alright. I have heard the people loud and clear. For lip piercing we will have. 'Cause, I mean, I feel like I struggle to make Kyle iconic the same way that I make the other two iconic. Whatever. Give him them boobies. Hello, Golden. Also, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Golden? Me and the they them booby. Humongous. Just a name, nothing else. Sus. God, I need some better emotes. So I need that one awful gif. Let's see. Also, this is perfect for sus, because this is push the button that's playing currently. And that game is, like, way harder. Whatever. Change all the emotes to sus lols. Anyone ever needs SNS upside down is sus. That is true, because, you know, S's look the same from both sides. So, yeah. That is true. That's a true fact, Golden. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Let's see. What are you thinking of these designs so far, chat? Any tips? Any banger tips? My favorite channel are the ones with Mpreg, Luigi, and stuff. Well, education. Like, how is that cleared on Twitch? I love the one. What's it? This song. You know the really like weirdly detailed Sonic and Mario kissing GIF or whatever. That is an emote that I see on some channels, and I'm like, damn. I mean, good for you. So cute. Love the himbo. Thank you. Thank you for the. Thank you. We do our best for the himbos worldwide. I also looked up, and yes, in the 60s and 50s, they did have puffer jacket. Love the sharp smiles you do. Thank you. It's, something about a good smile is very good. Yeah, that one too. Like, I also like the one on the left with the big hair and tall. This one, because they're both relatively tall, actually. The only one that's short is Kyle, because
Explore new terrain in the first ever Mazda CX.
So that kind of ring. See, I would give all of them a little kissu on the forehead. Other left. Thank you for clarifying. Yes. He is. What I'm getting from chat right now is that Dylan is the design ever, and you know, it is true. Dylan is the design ever. I mean, like, how could you ever compare? That's female performance right there. Apparently puffer jackets were invented in the 20s, so the fashion, I'm like 12 steps ahead. Never let them know your next move. I need really stupid cat emotes. Dylan, like, Dylan is chillin', aka chill, stop dance. I fucking love Chill's voices. I cannot tell you, like, how funny, like, Chill's impressions are. Like, they are ridiculous. Iconic fashion. We only design icons in this stream, guys. That's all we do. We only make banger content. Anyway, yes, his name's Dylan. His last name's Briggs. 'Cause that's fun. I love Hills and the one British person that has readings like, "Man urinates on fellow passenger for not being allowed to smoke." Banger content. What? Why are you doing that to me? Come on, it's pretty good content, guys. It's pretty good. It's pretty good content. And it's pretty good content. And I like good content. Is this how you imagined me to sound? Or have you already watched VODs? Because I feel like people have like a certain way of reading people or whatever. We only bang in this content. Hey. Okay, you said that, not me. So, like, I'm absolved of any sin that I have maybe committed in the past 48 hours. Nah, this is my first. Well, I'm always busy. Least clowny circus stream. Okay, party's over, I'm back. Damn it. Hey guys. Welcome back to the circus stream. This time, Meta learns how to restart the computer. I do know how to do that. I do know. Sup, Rubber Duck. Let's go. I fucking love Miss Money's lesson. Fuck, that is an absolute banger. Out of like the Danganronpa songs. In this webcomic, these ghosts are gay and they kiss, and there's a depressed guy in the background, I guess. Have you ever wanted to see some ghosts kissing? Japanese Among Us. I mean, I guess, yes, that is technically a correct description of Danganronpa. Well, there are ghosts in Among Us. Golden was talking about. You know, it's funnier to think about Japanese Among Us being what they were referring to it from the comic. But yes, these two, the ghost kiss though, Gabe is bisexual, he's not homosexual. He's like had like one other girlfriend before, but you know, he has no time for girlfriends anymore. He's got a lovely non-homicidal ghost partner to take care of. Okay. He has his only time for nicotine withdrawal. So true. All he all he can do is eat hot chip, smoke, and lie, and be bisexual. Fuck. And all Gabe know how to do is be bisexual, eat hot chip, suffer from nicotine withdrawals, and lie. Let's go, folks. I don't know what he would think of vaping. Though, like, my man wouldn't know how to use a computer. I was thinking of that exactly. Eat hot chip and lie. Ghosts also cannot eat, but they can feel hunger. So that's funny. It's really funny. Oh, also, a fun fact about Dylan over here is that his puffer jacket really, like, bulks him up, but he is one of the, what's it called? Really skin and bones. Sounds like what the Necron flayed ones have to deal with, where they hunger that's insatiable because they are still trapped as machine bodies. Yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting at, yeah. Basically, for, like, Gabriel's nicotine withdrawals or whatever, he can't ever satiate those said urges because, you know, because he just can't. There's no way for a ghost to smoke because he doesn't have any living tissue in order for him to get that kind of contact high anymore, that kind of thing. So, yeah. Being a ghost is its own special little hell. Linguini looking ass under that jacket. Yeah, Linguini if he was starving, yes. So, like, that's why I was like, himbo is, like, technically the correct word. It's unrelated to anything, but I just wanted to type it out. It's pretty funny. I have to not hit the ban button. But that is pretty sick. I do like, we're making art work in this chat room, even if Nightbot hates art. Nightbot is homophobic, but Nightbot is also my only moderator, so, you know, what can you do? Kyle isn't even that small or whatever, it's just that these two are really tall or whatever, so yeah, that's fun. Like, Kyle's like at least around 5'7" or so, for general, like, reference. So, yeah. Wait, how tall are the ghosties again? Also, hello, Frone! It's such a cute emote. I love the Pepe Blanky is so fucking cute, man. It's okay that he's a skinny himbo, because he's technically the most powerful. Yeah, I mean, besides, like, special classes or whatever, he is, like, one of the most dangerous kind of ghosts. So, yeah, that's fun, right? Oh, also how, like, traditional exorcisms work. The only way that, like, an exorcism can work on a ghost is if the ghost believes that it'll work, or whatever. So, like, exorcisms back in the day used to work quite a bit, because when you die, or whatever, like, the people that died back then were pretty religious, or whatever, so they tended to heed, like, those words quite a bit more. But nowadays, like, exorcisms tend to not perform as well, because the ghosts see it as, like, some kind of scam, or they don't really think it'll do anything, that kind of thing. Basically, yeah. Some ghosts be like, okay, I leave, stop annoying me. Yeah, I mean, they could just, like, for ghosts that aren't trapped to a specific thing or whatever, they could just pretend to get exorcised or whatever, and just leave the area. Because they got annoyed. But, yeah, it's, like, more of a thing of, like, it only holds power over you if you let it have power over you, I guess. There's more, like, concrete ghost things out there, like spirit boards can be interacted with by any ghost and that kind of thing, though most of the time people just move it without your consent, that kinds of things. Exorcists when they encounter a really fit personal trainer ghost. Oh fuck. That would be very scary. This personal trainer does not believe in a god. The only god is flexing.
Wanna watch meerkats without the ads?
Probably. Demons probably say fuck you and throw you like ragdoll. Yeah, they do. I mean, like, demons do exist, technically, in this universe, too, though it's not, like, a common occurrence, obviously, but, yeah, demons that possess people or whatever have very specific weaknesses, like salt and holy water. But they have much, like, more ways to hurt you, whereas ghosts don't have the same ease of access. Holy Jesus bathwater. You know, that is a good solution. Why didn't Jesus just profit off of that? Can't believe he wasn't a mean girl. Oh. Hey guys, it's Jesus. I'm starting a streaming career. We're gonna get into the holy hot tub. And we're just gonna have a just chatting stream. That would be weird. But it would be really funny. Charlie should do that. Don't tell him I said that. I'm not really sure what I want to see. Game girl Jesus. And people thought that Delphine bathwater was a bit much. Yeah, I mean, like, realistically, the bathwater was probably just water that was put into tins or whatever, but people were like, this is outrageous. How could this happen? Because everyone was like, what's the side effects of bath water? I mean, man, it's when memes get too serious. She's a really good, like, she's not the best baiter in the world, but she is a pretty good one. She just knows how to make people talk about her. His headphones are the crown of thorns with kitty ears on top. Man, that's crazy. Who is the Discord moderator in this scenario? Is it Judas? Because please don't tell me it's Judas. Because I will scream. I won't. Because I don't really... Who else is in the Bible besides, like, Satan? There's, like, God. And there's Gabriel, which is an angel. And there's Azazel. And then there's a bunch of fucking humans I don't care about. Like, what are they doing there? It's crazy. Did not ask. Gabriel from Ultra Kill. Ultra Kill fucking rules. But I keep on forgetting its name, and I'm like, God, those designs were such bangers. What was that series' name again? And I can't remember it for the life of me. Until, like, 2 days afterwards, and I'm like, Ultra Kill, that's what it was. And then, like, I've already lost the idea, so whatever. Oh my gosh. How barbaric. Who's in the Bible? God? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there. I don't fucking know. What, did you read it? It's crazy. Tell me how it is. I hear it's not got very good reviews on Amazon. It's one of those servers where the owner hasn't logged in for a long time and it's ran by entirely by the human mod team where it slowly goes toxic. Lucifer is there, I guess, before he fall down. That's crazy. Bro, who got you smiling like that? There's like Cain and Abel, and I don't know what they have to do with God, but I guess they're there. And there's Samson, who, like, there's something hair given to him by God, something don't cut it, otherwise you won't get the super strength. Bro said loser fell down. I'm crying. My man, he just fell down a couple of stairs. It happens to everyone. You know, he's so mean. He just like me for real, guys. God. His ass just fell in the tub. He old as fuck, bro. Undertale. Lucifer Family Guy death pose. I really need to draw a Family Guy death pose. Like, it's such a fucking specific pose. Lurker, please, I'm already dying. No. Don't do that. I need the watch time. At 50 followers, I will show you my hands on stream. Chat, that is crazy. like and subscribe for part 2, where I finish this drawing. This is on a way bigger canvas than I normally do it on, because we're doing 3 characters instead of 1. So, yeah. That's fun, right? Oh. Oh, fuck.
YouTube Music is a
For the
music
watch
app.
time I
Music
live.
Premium, you'll have
Thank
the
you.
freedom to play over
Thank
80
you.
million official songs without ads.
Yes, it's true. It's the last night to get with you. Yes, it's true. It's the last night to get with you. Lulu, thumbs up. Yeah, when we hit $100 today, I'll draw new deer on stream. Oh my god, guys, if we get 10 gift subs, I will... I will stop the music and just have complete silence for 5 full minutes. That would be awful. Feels right. Feels right. You draw golden. I love when chat fights. It's one of the highlights of my day. Nah. For each sub, you should draw a sus. I'm not doing... Do you have any idea how many susses I would have to draw? I only draw the attention of the authorities. True. That's the chomper way. That's the metallic cocoa stream ideal. Draw the attention of the authorities, guys. Me when finger. Some people have tough time drawing hands. The sussy baka way. Oh my god. I don't have too much trouble drawing hands. The main thing I have trouble with drawing is, feet. I don't typically draw them anyhow, because there's not really, that many characters that are barefoot in the world, so thankfully I don't have to do it often, but, feet are, the foot in general is so hard. Honestly, the art tips with Among Us trends on Twitter was helpful sometimes. It is true. For some art tutorials, they kind of fall on deaf ears or whatever. But for that, it was, nice or whatever. Where you make that water ripples using a Mobus. I swear it got me a good grade in an art project at school. I learned how to draw a jury from Street Fired to overcome the foot. Among Us trend really helped for drawing hair and stuff. I feel like like, helping people understand, like, complex shapes with simple shapes is a really, like, intuitive way to learn. So it actually did help quite a bit. Though I always hate seeing the draw this, not that things or whatever. Like, sure, there's general rules that you shouldn't follow or whatever, right? Like, don't shade with black or that kind of thing, or don't use an airbrush to color or shade. But whatever. Actually, I feel like every fighting game has that one character with bare feet. That is true. That is weird. Your comic would have everything that matters. Pathetic men, ghosts, himbos, nicotine withdrawals, and pointy teeth. Yeah, and also food content, because, see, I like drawing food, though I don't draw it too often. But yes. I shade with black and airbrush shit all the time, lol. Udyr. Udyr, it does have fucking bare feet. He does have bare feet. And so does Lee Sin, actually. They're just a leg-focused combat martial artist, I swear. They need no shoes. That's the reason. Guys, that's the only reason why a character would ever be drawn like that. And it's for no... And if you think that there's another reason, there isn't. So, checkmate, atheists. I shade with black and I brush it all the time. I feel like, draw this, not that, or whatever, is, like... Even in that example or whatever, like, it's more of like what you do with that concept or whatever, you know? Because typically what I tend to tell people is, like, if you want your art to look cleaner or whatever, then doing that would be better or whatever, you know? Because, like, I see a lot of people shade, like, skin tones with blacks or whatever. And it, like, gives the, like, general feeling of, like, DeviantArt. Like, early 2000s stuff. Barefoot fighters when I put a bunch of jacks on the floor. I mean, we're not allowed to wear shoes in martial arts class. I mean, that is true. But have you ever considered why? It's because, I mean, like, kicking with your shoes would hurt, like, the instructors way more. But, like, in an actual fight, like, shoes would be, like, a definite pick. Like, steel-toed boots win 9 times out of 10 from person who wear no shoes. Nah, that's why Ibuki has OP caltrops and she can throw down. She counters his jury in that one. Bro. Also is why people put on their shoes when they're ready to fight in prisons. Yeah, because, I mean, like, also, like, it absorbs your, like, hits, too. Like, that's the reason why, like, there's been more injuries when boxing gloves were introduced to boxing than when they weren't, or whatever. Because you can punch more or kick more if something's absorbing the impact of the hit. That's the general rule of thumb, or whatever. Like, if you've ever tried to punch something, it fucking hurts your hand, man. So, yeah. It also, like, you'd be more stable in general, because your souls or whatever are better equipped for that kind of thing. I mean, there's lots of reasons for why you should have shoes when you go on and fight someone. Share this with all your friends who are about to get into a fight. For these 10 helpful tips below. I want to make sure that I don't slim down.
Watch anytime, anywhere. Get
And
YouTube
that
Premium.
kind of thing.
All YouTube, no interruptions.
My most recent common recent stim is punching my fists together like Pokemon Tim or Maxima. I mean, that is pretty fucking cool, though. I punch all the time. You have to know how to punch, or else, yeah, it does hurt. You need to practice. We condition our knuckles with knuckle push-ups. I don't even know how to do a regular push-up, man. That shit's confusing. I'm like, what the fuck do you do with your hands? Like, I get that you're supposed to, like, push up from the ground, right? That's the entire point, right? But, like, the way that they're placed, confusing. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I think that's just my autism speaking, though. Anyway, that is really cool, though. My Chad can take on your Chad in a fight. Punch with the knuckle on your index and the middle finger, right? It's kind of cool that our knuckles are just out there tight to the skin too. You get to hear your bones echo when you punch together. Yes, it's only the first two knuckles. With the knuckle on your... Okay. Your index and middle finger. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, actually. Though, if you were completely inexperienced, you would just ball up your hands and go in, and it would fucking hurt, man. Anyway, that's why I recommend a weapon. Like a bottle. I am not recommending anything. This is a joke. A bottle in Minecraft. A Minecraft bottle. When do you think that Twitch will take me off for tax evasion? Anyway, I don't want to slim down Gabe here, because I feel like it's really easy to, like, take a character that's supposed to be, like, chubby in some aspects, and then, like, slim him down. I see it quite a bit with Spooky Month fans or whatever, and I'm like, okay man, like, it's just other, like, you can draw other body types. I mean, like, if you can't, then that's just something you need to work on. Yes, only the first two knuckles. Wait, did I read that already? Wait, yeah. If you want to lean towards more traditional weapons, spears are the easiest to pick up on. And yeah. Someone's attacking you, never try to punch them, you'll only hurt yourself. Use the heel of your palm. There's a reason it's illegal in boxing. It's way more powerful and you won't hurt your wrist or hand. Also, I think that Gabe would look nice with a gun. Thank you. He needs his organs. He may be dead, but he needs his organs, okay? Also, thank you for the helpful fighting tips, chat. I just got a job as a bartender, so I probably actually need this advice. The most powerful weapon is a gun with some coin. Let's go. Yeah, if I get a gun. Oh my god, did you see the recent redesign of Zangief in They gave him proper keg form and a bulkier stomach fat that's just extremely, rather than just extremely roided. Yeah, I actually did see that. He looks like an actual person now. Like, Zangief in other games just kind of looks like, what's it called? A cartoon character. But yeah, he looks way more like a fucking person now, which is really crazy to think about. Cause, like, for the longest time, I'm like, yeah. Oh my god, you work in a bar? Yes, be careful. Bartender meta? Such a cool vibe. Yeah, like, I'm gonna try my best, yeah. It's a bar, well, okay, so it's multiple things at the same time. It's also a bowling alley, and it is also a restaurant, and it is also a concert venue. Like, local punk bands and the like come in to record or to, like, perform shows or whatever. So, yeah, I probably need to, like, be a little bit more on guard. But, like, on a different note, my commissions probably won't be as expensive. Though I might need to change my stream schedule around depending on the days I work. Because sometimes they go till 1. Oh my god, drunk people armed with bowling balls. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? I'm not really sure. They got, what's it called? They got billiards. But yes, bowling balls. I'm supposed to be manning the well, I do a bunch of jobs actually, so I get your bowling shoes, I export food, and I also sometimes pour drinks or whatever. But yeah. I'm not really sure, but it was originally a bowling alley, and then they took away a couple of the lanes, so, yeah. I guess it's just because, like, there's not much to do besides drinking in this town, or whatever. So, like, you know, you want, like, a cool club to go to, I guess. Like, the words punk bowling alley is, like, a really cool place to go, you know? And it's the reason why I wanted to work there. Those pesky fluorescent lights will not bother me. I fucking hate those things. One thing I hate more than the feds and children, and also British people, is fluorescent lights. So, yes. But, to be fair, like, most people are just gonna hurt themselves when the lights go. Like, whenever I step into, like, one of those, like, multi-tiered, like, department stores with those white, bright-ass lights, I feel like I've been transported to hell itself. Like, it's the overstimulation for me, I guess. Because also white tends to make, like, stuff reflect off of it, you see? So, fun times, fun times. Anyway, this is why I won't work in retail. Besides the other reason, which are the customers. I feel like retail workers, like, are just treated awfully for, like, zero reason. Why the fuck? why the fuck do you go into a store and be like, oh yes, it's time to harass some minimum wage employee today? The audacity of some people. Let's see. No. Privileged white people. Yeah. Sucks. Listen, ma'am. Please. Leave me alone. I wish to go home without being severely traumatized today. Like, drunk people may be, like, more chaotic and unstable creatures, but at least they're, like, kind of stupid, you know?
Did YouTube music
White! I love being mixed. It's so fun. Because the thing is people don't clock me because of colorism, that kind of thing. It's weird. My father gets absolutely, like, obliterated by weird people or whatever. And it comes with the benefit of the doubt that they aren't thinking at their highest thinking capacity at the moment. Yeah, like, when you're drunk, you can, like, kind of not excuse the behavior or whatever, but you can, like, understand that this person isn't in their right mind when you are speaking to them, so you, in turn, are, like, more understanding of the situation they are in. Whereas when a woman comes up to the front of the counter at, like, any random, like, whatever, or whatever, and, like, demands a refund for a thing she never bought, you know that she hasn't taken any substance. She's just like this. She just sucks as a person. And, you know, you can't, like, feel sympathy. You just feel, like, treated like awful. Whatever. Also, bars aren't really supposed to get people actually drunk either. Exactly, it's not really... Like, you cut them off at a certain time, you know? That kind of thing. It's one of your responsibilities, is to make sure that they aren't, you know, hurting themselves and that kind of thing. Because, you know, people can overdo it and that kind of thing. Like, I'm not even old enough to drink or whatever, but this one time I got drunk on, like, a roast that my grandma was making because this is really funny to tell, but so this roast that my grandma was making, she didn't make it correctly because, like, the stewing liquid was wine, and she didn't cook the meat correctly, so the alcohol didn't actually, like, evaporate like it's normally supposed to in a roast like that. So when I ate it or whatever, like, I only ate like a couple bites of it because it wasn't that good, but still I got immediately drunk, and it sucked because you know, like, when you're not expecting for something to happen or whatever. It's kind of like getting drugged. And also, my body isn't really good at handling substances anyhow. So I almost immediately threw up and had to lay on, like, the cold tile. Not fun. Not fun. Would not recommend eating overcooked meat and But yeah, fun story. I don't like the taste anyhow of most alcohol. I don't really understand why people enjoy it, but maybe that's for the best. I'd like to understand, just for, like, I guess, like, a way of relating to people. That's a little weird to say, but you know how it's a little bit hard for me to understand people, in terms of that kind of thing or whatever, without experiencing an event similar. So, like, I don't understand quite a bit or whatever, and I have no, like, intent to hide that or whatever. I feel like it's cool to hear other people's perspectives about things. Even people's perspectives about me, you know? Because it's not like I can experience myself for the first time. I've lived with myself forever, you see. So I don't know how I come across. I don't know how people view me. Like, if I'm being too mean, if I'm being, like, awkward. I can have, like, a general idea through context clues and just my own intuition, but it's... Honestly, I wish I had my diagnosis way sooner. It would have saved me so much social trouble. Well, it wouldn't have saved me from the social trouble, but it would have made me understand why I had the problem in the first place. So I guess. Struggles. Yeah, it would have made it more like, this isn't a personality flaw of my own fault. Yeah, I feel like I would have been able to, like, understand, like, situations around me much more. Neurotypical people be like, autism gives me uncanny valley vibes. Ugh. It's like saying, oh yeah, like when you clean your room or whatever, it's like, I'm so OCD. That, like, infuriates me. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh my god, you have never experienced that before, and you talk about it so candidly, like... And I get it's an expression or whatever, but it's a really bad expression, that kind of thing. It sucks. Like, a lot of the reason that people get bullied online, well, a lot of the reasons that people used to get bullied online is because of autistic traits in general. It was... It was a really rough patch in internet history, because people just didn't quite understand whatever. Like, Even things that, like, were just normal to, like, teenage girls, people, like, villainized. It sucked. And I, like, look back on that time, and I'm like, oh my god. These people had nothing, like, nothing better to do. People love being weirdly hateful around furry people, but they're mostly just neurodivergent individuals. Yeah. Like, oh my god. Like, my man, the furries aren't going to, like, take your family. Like, ugh. Just because someone's, like, passionate about something online or whatever doesn't mean that you're, like, immediately allowed to bash on it. I feel like a lot of cringe culture comes from, like, the genuine enjoyment of things. It's been so poisoned with irony that I like seeing people have genuine, like, interest in things. I mean, irony can be funny. Post-irony is pretty funny, too. But, like, the only, like, furries I actively dislike are the ones that, you know, actually are bad people. You know, the ones that like underage people, the ones that do stuff to dogs, those kinds of people. But I feel like it wouldn't matter if they're a furry or whatever. It's an irrelevant detail. It's just the fandom in which that person belongs to. And so that becomes their most defining trait by proxy, because you can't just say pedophile exposed on Twitter. You have to say furry pedophile exposed on Twitter. Like, ugh. It annoys me. And, I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, those people are just gamers. Any group wouldn't really like around. Yeah, and, like, the people that do, like, specific things within communities or whatever, like, really strange stuff, are typically, like, really loud minorities of people. And people just tend to, like, group them all together, but none of them, like, none of us like them either. It's like when people use criminals who are X trait as justification for targeting that trait. Exactly. Like, that's not the problem here. It's not the problem that this person was this type of thing that they don't have a predisposition to that thing. It's just that they happened to be in that specific group or whatever. It's a really silly notion, but it never stops to be relevant, because no matter what, people are still going to find the next thing to bully, like, kids on the internet about. Like, oh my god, get a life. Touch some grass, you know? These people are not going to affect your real life. You are never going to meet this person in real life. But, like, it's now people, like, that attack, like, 13-year-olds for getting excited about, like, Wilbur Soot online. And, like, I don't care about those creators or whatever, right? But still, it's like the amount of vitriol that people have towards, like, those types of people is absolutely ridiculous. It's kind of like it's identity politics at the end of the day, and not a fan, not a big fan. of course, like, pointing out bad actors in your own community is a good thing. That kind of thing, right? Honestly, I think the people who are out there accepting their interests are usually quite hype. Yeah. I mean, like, of course there's going to be, like, really strange cases out there which you aren't really sure to, like, really gawk at or whatever, but those situations are few and far between, or whatever. And, you know, like, there's a difference between, like, a creator who likes a certain thing and draws this specific thing, and, like, a creator who is, like, weird. Strange cases, cues in Spamton music. You know, he just comes at a very good... He always comes in when he needs to, okay? The most wholesome and interesting person I've seen on Twitter was someone with a huge hyperfixation on Transformer models and would take photos of them out in the city and stuff. That is really cool, you know? I want people to, like, be, like, comfortable with what they like and stuff like that. Of course, there's always limits to that kind of thing, of course, right? But, like, something like a fixation on Transformer models or whatever, like, that's just fun, man. Like, living your best life out there, man. And that's really the thing, right? Bad actors can appear in any community, and it's good for people to call others out on that, right? But, of course, you can't equate that community to bad actors. It's unfair to almost everyone involved. Or that furry snowboarding skiing people, they're kind of hype. Pretty big brain to use your fursuit in winter on the slopes. That is true, like, furry snow sports are a whole subculture. That is really interesting. I never really heard of that. And that's, like, the big thing, right? Because, I mean, like, that is a really good idea, actually, because fursuits are notoriously known for being hot, sweaty things that have a lot of fucking padding. So, yeah, that makes perfect sense for, like, someone to go out and snowboard in, right? And, I mean, like, of course, people will point and laugh, because people have nothing else better to do than be chronically online. Better than being out in Florida in the heat. Thanks, guys. I love it here. I love my chat. I love underline slopper. Oh my god. My apple pencil is fucking dead. Oh, there's also a really good Yumi fursuiter I follow. That is pretty cool. I mean, Yumi is actually a pretty good idea for a fursuit, actually, now that I think of it. Whoa, it's Star Trek. You can't tell me that this theme doesn't bang, okay? Like, you're out of your mind if you don't think that, man. Like, come on. I don't know what to put on Kyle's shirt. Yumi's also getting a rework too. her gameplay. Am I correct? Yeah, I mean, like, she's gotten the thing where she's no longer safe or whatever when she's attached to a person. Put a borsai on the shirt. I'll think about that one. I'll think about putting the "I'm here for you" on there. Because, I mean, that is a pretty good idea. Ow. The Yumi rework is on PBE right now. It's quite solid from the looks of it. I'm glad that we're, like, Riot is actually taking the time to fix their fucking game, man. Like, that or the autism creature. Listen, my baby girl, my sweet baby girl, needs the attention. And I will not stop until he gets what he deserves. Because, man, like, that's just not fair. Like, come on. He deserves so much. Ow. The body of the TBH is wispy like a cartoon ghost. That would be fun. New autism creature just dropped. It's clear. And it's got sprinkles, so you can fucking shake it around like a maraca. Oh. Did you see the new depression creature? No, please send it to me. I need to see with my own eyes. Depression creature. You know, give it a fair review. Okay. When's the last time I took Tylenol? That was like 3 hours. Oh, that might fight him plus his shirt nice. I have sent it in Twitter. Thank you. Look. Perfect. Thank you. That is a very depressed creature if I've ever seen one. I'm gonna go and take another break. I'm not feeling good. Oh, that might... What? Oh, that might fit him. Oh, putting the depression creature on his shirt. I don't know if he could win a duel against him. That's a fight for the ages. You take care. Okay, I can't take pain medication, but I'm gonna take a little break. Okay. But, oh, are you going? Thanks for staying for so long. I'm probably gonna have to finish this drawing after stream or whatever, but let me try and get in the colors for you guys. Yeah, I mean, you're doing 3 of them, too. Yeah, I mean, like, it's the 3 principal characters of the cast, so, I mean, like, I feel like I have to, you know? But... yeah. It's a fun 3-for-1 special, or whatever. I'm not really sure how I'm... like, Kyle is always so hard for me, because with the other 2, I feel like their designs are so iconic, but with Kyle's, I feel like I'm just drawing a guy, which makes sense. It's technically, right? But... it still, like, is strange. Alright. Let's get in some canon compliant colors here. And we can really admire those details later, huh? Though this song's nice and calming. A big problem with Dylan's design that I get a lot, well, that like trips me up a lot, is the fact that his hair's white and his fluff on his jacket is white too. So it's fixed normally by just having them be 2 different tones, but you know, visual clarity is not really my bread and butter, but you know, we try our best here. We try our best. Gabriel is fun to draw, though. Fun little gangster type. Oh, a fun little detail about Dylan specifically is that he has frostbite on his fingers and his nose specifically. I guess you can maybe lean the jacket fluff more towards blue so he can match a bit with the other two boys. Me use big jacket most of the time. I don't know, but what kind of blue meshes well with that kind of red? Yeah, that's like the problem, right? Let me actually finish Dylan's line art here. My Apple Pencil fucking died, so yeah, that was not fun. But you know, we work it here. We work it out. We improvised. We adapt. We overcome. That's not true, but we try our best. Frostbite's a little hard to draw, but that's mostly because you don't get many references for it, besides, like, human skin itself. And, like, human skin's fine to reference from, but it's hard when your style is already so stylized, I guess. Oops. There we are. Greaser used to be a slur, actually, which is an interesting turn of phrase, you know, because it was once used to demoralize a group of people, but then they adopted it as their own and used it as a form of power, essentially. Because greaser typically referred to people with low-paying jobs, which often eclipsed specific groups of people, that kind of thing. So it's weird when you see, like, greaser movies with only white characters in that lineup or whatever. But, you know, I guess it's just typical Hollywood or whatever. This kind of music makes me kind of sleepy. But it's also getting a little late anyhow. I didn't do that much today, but it feels like I did a lot. Purple works way better as a black substitute than even black itself, because you can shade purple much easier. So it just works better, I guess. It's not that it works better, it works, it's more flexible as an option when you're using colors or whatever. Because with black you can't really shade it, you can't really highlight it unless you are in the grayscale tones or whatever, which most people aren't. So it tends to look flat. I find lots of days in winter make me eepy after short sessions of stuff, so I don't have to do too much each day. I don't do too much each day. Yeah. I guess it's that kind of feeling of like wanting to bundle up and stay warm. You wanna like... It's like the hibernation instinct almost. As weird as it is to say, because we're not bears. But you get what I mean, right? Of like... the general like sense of like wanting to cuddle up with your blankets and just kind of hide away from the world. Oops. Having this tone of red will make sure that it feels more faded, I guess. Which is a good way of showing that this jacket is old and has taken damage and all that. That this isn't a crisp, clean, new jacket that you just got or whatever. Though, you know, it's still fun to draw it as crisp and clean or whatever. Yeah, my favorite historical reference is the most common use of the time for people in villages and communities just doing nothing. Like, they were just chilling, out there chilling. That actually sounds great. I mean, like, me and the homies chilling in the middle of town. You know, what did you do today? I don't know. Not that much. I think it's just one of those supreme human happiness things, you know? It's just having a day where you just kind of do nothing. Like, not if you're, like, planning on working and being productive, obviously, but, like, what I'm talking about is, like, those days where you don't have to do anything. And you just chill out. Supreme human happiness, only here. In a literal sense, chilling. I'm Chillery Clinton in Cedar Rapids. I don't know what the fucking Cedar Rapids thing is, and I'm too scared to ask at this point. Please do not explain. Do not elaborate any further. Productivity is a scam. True, but also I subscribe to that scam almost every day. Because for you people, I'm like, I need to like draw at least like one thing per day. And like, that's what I do. That's how I get content out so quickly or whatever. It's just like a primal urge almost to do it. It's not like really a healthy workflow, but like it's the way that I work or whatever. Oh, that was from a video from Hillary Clinton. Thank you for your historical insight on this one video from Hillary Clinton. It was I am getting slowly more brain dead, chat. I am so sorry for your loss. I was wondering how you managed to make stuff so quickly. Thanks. I have like at least 30 or so items queued up or whatever, so that's why I usually say you probably won't see this for a long time or whatever, because when I'm drawing something, it'll take quite a bit of time because I've just got such a backlog of content. That's why I've actually started double posting now, because I want to make sure that you guys at least get somewhat recent drawings or whatever. Because I feel bad, because like the second that like my style like changes or whatever, you won't know until like maybe a month passes by. About 30 on the back burner. Yeah. I am just a content machine. I do not stop. I am always on the grind. I'm a Sigma male. Female. But yeah. It's fun because Tumblr has this neat little function where it counts how many posts you have backlogged. So, yeah. About 30 is right. On the money, actually, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know when to, like, really post stuff, either. So I just go for, like, the tried and true, like, 1 at 11 and 1 at 1. The most relaxed artists creating art at, like, be like, yeah, I have, like, 30 at a time. I don't make 30 art pieces at the same time. I cannot stress this enough. But I do have, like, quite a significant backlog of content that I happen to be sitting on, because I do draw quite frequently, and when I mean quite frequently, I mean every day. So, yeah. Yeah, just listen to the relaxing music, chat. It's healthy for you. I mean, I don't really know. It's like one of the things that I just constantly do, or whatever. So, it's like a job, but not really. It's a job in the least sense of the word. You just have to generate more goobers and blorpos. Yeah, they cannot, like, they have to escape my mind. They cannot be rest in there for, like, ages at a time, okay? Like, they have to be released to the public. I need to draw what is in my head. It cannot be sitting idle. but it really mostly has to do with hyperfixation and just like that general like fun little cycle that entails. Because I'm like, God, I really like this character. I'm gonna draw like 500,000 drawings of the same character. Because I love them and they need to be appreciated. And yes. So currently, like, I try to like balance my content, but like when I get into like a certain groove or whatever, you won't see the balancing until like way after the fact, and you're like, why was there so many posts about this random fish? I didn't ask for this. And for that I am sorry, but also not that sorry. Sometimes I post stuff to Reddit much quicker, but that's because, like, a lot of the time, my stuff just isn't, like, to me, I just don't like a lot of the content I make, or whatever, but I still make it anyway, because, I mean, like, it's better to, I've come to realize that it's better to release something rather than to just agonize over something repeatedly. Because it really just drives me mad or whatever. If they can't handle you at your indescribable silly fellas, they don't deserve you at big booby healthy art. Listen, I know what my audience comes here for, and it's for both, because they understand the artistic merit. Seen your posts on Reddit sometimes. Always a nice thing to see. Thank you. I don't post to the site too often because people like giving their weirdly unspecific criticism to that platform, like way more than other places, and it is really ridiculous. Like, I did not ask, bro. Where in this did I ask? Like, people really, like, there was a certain subsection of Redditors that just hated my Zaya drawing. Not the one of the wedding dress one, the one where her eyes were, like, hawk-like or whatever. And, like, fair enough, it wasn't that good of a drawing, but, like, I didn't think it was that bad of a drawing. Like, oh my god. It's like a war crime happened to some kind. Like, though, yes, it's the slime video stream. And granted, I was doing some distracted driving. But like, I didn't think they'd hate it like that much. I didn't feel like I changed like a significant amount about her character either. Like, it's not like I went, here's Zaya. Here's Zaya, guys. This is her. Enjoy your Zaya art. I didn't do that, but, you know. Of course, criticism is necessary for, like, an artist to improve and all that stuff. But Reddit is not the place for criticism. because most of those people don't draw, so their criticism tends to be very nitpicky. That's the best word I can describe it as. Also, I'm glad that you view me as a chill art stream. I don't understand how you can really look at this and go, yeah, this is chill. We're just vibing here. But, like, I'm happy that you are like, yes, relaxed streamer, relaxed person. I mean, technically, I am, to some degree. I think maybe I'll give Kyle a few gray hairs. Because he's stressed, and it's one of the most common things, is going gray early. Cream pants, maybe? I feel like that would look strange, but, you know, you don't know unless you try. Oh my gosh. So, I'm thinking it, no. How many living friends does the sad man have anyway? About like 2? And he tends to push them away anyhow. One of his 2 friends is just kind of a friend by proxy, but you know, the main thing is that he doesn't really have a strong support system. He's kind of going through it. My man's going through it. Kyle is a dumb name, but like it's legacy, so I have to keep it. But like sometimes his friends try and include him in things or whatever, and he just tries to like flake out on them or blow them off or whatever because he doesn't have the energy. And I mean, it's a fair enough reaction to something, but it's missing an opportunity to live. And that's the main thing about this whole story, is that like he needs to actually take his life into his own hands, you know, because he's never going to like find fulfillment in letting things happen to him. Also, I guess technically Kyle's grandma is his friend, but like it's a little bit sad calling your grandma your friend. Like there's nothing wrong with calling your grandma your friend, right? But it's sad if they're one of your only friends. What do you think about the white pants, chat? How are you feeling about them? Because I need to know. Because I'm feeling like that one line Candace said in Phineas and Ferb. I can't believe I only have 4 friends and one of them is my mom. Yeah, that's the vibe, yeah. Wait, who is her 4th friend? Oh wait, yeah, no. I get it now. Yes. Because it's definitely Jeremy, her mom. I'm really not sure about Kyle's whole thing right now. I've got a solid idea of what I want for these other 2 here. But Kyle, he's such a strange creature. Why the fuck does he look like that? Also, maybe the pants could be a bit more desaturated. Try that. Oops. Yeah, that's better. Since the base color seems to be the same brightness as the shirt. Oh, also, Kyle's studying to be a med student, which is pretty fun. He's in medical school, guys. And he's also not that friendly of a person. These 2 ghosts cannot use the computer. Well, they could use the computer, they just don't know how to. Because, when would you have ever had time as a ghost to do that? Weird series of events. the amount of, like, color theory is fun, when it comes to, like, how you want to present a character and all that stuff. So, yeah. Since, like, Gabe tends to come across as the scarier of the two, he's got darker clothing, that kind of thing. I guess the main thing is, like, once I get finished with a couple more things here, like, if you did not have any context for these characters, and granted you still don't really have that much context for these characters, how do you think they actually would, like, be like as characters, or whatever? Like, what would you assume each one's personality is, what the role of the story is, that kind of thing. Because that gives me a good idea of what, like, opinion is on them, or whatever. And I'll probably do this when the final ones come out, or whatever. I'll post them to Tumblr or something, with, like, the caption, like, these,
With YouTube
like,
Premium, your video doesn't
what
stop when your phone's
what kind of
screen
characters do you think
lights. Keep the audio going.
each one of these guys are, that kind of thing? Because, you know, it's important. It tells me if I'm doing a good job or not, essentially. Because characters can be fancy and all that stuff, right? But at the end of the day, if they don't convey what they're meant to convey, then I've done a bad job. At least in my opinion. I know that, like, there's different, like, objectives when it comes to character design and all that stuff. And yeah. Anyway, what do you think, chat? I'd like to hear your opinions. For you have words on a keyboard and must scream. Wrong layer. Me just return. What's the opinion context? Like, if you had never heard what the concepts for these characters are, and to a certain extent you haven't, what would you assume about these characters? Like, the roles in the story, all that kind of stuff, like what these character designs are for, because it's a good benchmarker to see how, like, what I need to improve and that kind of thing, what needs more clarity. I would think that I think that I'd assume Kyle himself would be a middleman / straight man to whatever the two does. Okay, so at least we got that clear. He's technically got both of their colors onto him. Yeah. By technicality, he actually does. So that's pretty fun. I could actually give him... no. No. It's cute. Alright. What would you think about Gabe himself? Because I told you a lot about him, right? But what would you assume from looking at this character for the first time? Also, I should probably give them their ghost rings. Gabe is the one that looks more paranormal. Person on the left seems more autistic positive and probably does not like the heat. Okay, I need to hear that. I mean, it's true. Both of those sentences are actually kind of true, because using the saturated teal on his sharp teeth really definitely puts the focus onto there, which I really like. Yeah, like, Gabe is a very, like, attention-seeking kind of character, so, like, showing off his more supernatural traits is something he's more, like, confident in. It's something he wants attention, that kind of thing. Whereas Dylan is more subtle. Also, I would like to, Golden, please tell me your reason for the autism vibes on Dylan. I mean, it's pretty true, but I still want to know why you are in that kind of thing. And that, what about this makes this autistic? Besides everything. Plus, the whole greaser thing makes him come off as a rabble-rouser, which is true. From this, we have gathered that his design is doing a pretty good job of actually characterizing him, which is great, honestly. Sickly teals. No teeth expression. A big sweater with fluff, perhaps. Yes, he is. No thoughts, head empty. Type beat. Out of the two ghosts, while technically, like, Dylan has more supernatural power and all that stuff, he's more physical. He appears like this much more frequently, whereas, Gabe tends to appear in this form quite a bit. I mean, the white hair plus fluff kind of gives him a cloud-like shape on the top of him, which brings Airhead to mind. Also gives a vibe where they're the tall individual around a random group of two. Just feels like a very unique people. Feels like the common ND group that forms in the wild, which makes sense because he's a himbo. It's good when your man is stupid. It's hell. Oh my gosh. I'm really glad to have shared these guys with you guys, so anyhow. But in general, like, you get much more explicit, but actually not as intimidating character in the form of Gabe, and much more subtle horror in the form of Dylan. Because if you take a look and realize how tall he is and how slender he actually is, and his like black tipped fingers, then you start to like unpack something much worse than what Gabe is. And I think that's a fun little trick, because that Park is doing quite a bit of heavy lifting for him in terms of like appearing not as scary. Anyway, I do appreciate you, like, actually kind of enjoying these characters. Because, I mean, like, they are a labor of love. I've had them, like, since forever, so it's fun to, like, actually come back and take, like, a good shot at them, you know? I'll finish these up later, but for now, I think that's where I'm gonna call it. This stream's getting long as is, you know? I hope that the rest of you have a good night. Or morning, depending on your time zone. I'm not too sure. I know that it's nighttime for some. Well, to most English speaking. Oof, yeah. It's like 3.5 hours almost. I'm glad that you guys, like, you know, stuck through for like almost that long, yeah. Have a good rest, everyone. I'll see you guys next time, and I'll make sure to remind you, well, I'll make sure to tell you if things or schedules are changing or whatever. But until then, I'll see you guys later. And yeah, you can oh my gosh, I'm so scatterbrained right now. Yeah, anyway, good night, chat. I really had fun. See you next time. Good night.